back, ladies and gentlemen, with the Geoff Johns Aquaman run of the New 52, and we're covering The Others. Now, I don't know much about this story. I did read it, and I don't know what the others are. We learn about them as the story goes. But once again, we're back in the Aquaman stuff by Geoff Johns, and so far this has been going pretty well for a New 52 era story. Like, I'm not saying, like, the hate is overrated, because that's just stupid. There was a lot of things people didn't like, and even I looked it up and saw stuff that I really didn't like. But but I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'll trust Geoff Johns at least. I could trust him. I couldn't do the Grant Morrison the Superman stuff because Lois Lane is no longer married to Superman in this era because Dan DiDio has problems. That's my best reasoning. And yeah, and all this stuff they did, even though really all this could have just been part of the old DC universe before the reboot. Like, you could have had Geoff Johns do his stuff. He would have to write in new stuff, but you could still get the basic elements of this story in the DC universe originally before Flashpoint happened. He could have also, like, does a ton of stories. Like, even the Green Lantern run Geoff Johns had, it was still pretty much continuing in the New 52 era, even though it was considered a reboot. And that's not what they did. But, yeah, I'm not Dan DiDio, so I don't know what goes through his mind. And if I was, I probably would have been a better leader in terms of the creative reasoning. But, anyways, The Others storyline is a series of issues that takes place from issue 7 to, I believe, 13. And then we get to that 0th issue that I already covered. So let's get into the issues of Aquaman, The Others, 7 through 13. So we get the cover here, and in this issue, which looks awesome, we get to see the others and whatnot. The Secret of the Others. Aquaman in The Secret of the Others. And we're in Brazil, and someone's already making a run for it. Nice. They must have realized they were in the New 52, and they knew they were a woman, so they were going to get killed by Dan DiDio, because interesting character is impossible. So anyways, there's a person chasing her, and proclaims, "You're a long way from home," and fires a harpoon spear out of his wrists. And she sees the future, and in that future she gets stabbed, but she manages to avoid it because of it. However, she grossly miscalculated, realizing that there's a bomb in there. Yeah, that didn't work out well. So not Black Panther. I don't know why he said that. It's probably because it was in the jungle, and I just kept thinking stuff. So anyways, so that creates an explosion that sets fire in the rainforest of Brazil. So we should obviously be expecting that, well, the rainforest is now on fire thanks to Black Manta's causes. That was a terrible joke, considering what's really going on, but everything just kind of went down quiet on that. So we see this guy proclaiming, "You may see the future, but you don't see everything. Do you?" Aquaman, The Others, Geoff Johns, Ivan Reis, Joe Prado, Rod Reis, Nick, whatever, Sean McCain, whatever, Pat McClane, Aquaman, created by Paul Morris. And it's revealed that the person who attacked her was none other than Aquaman's ultimate rival, Black Manta. And she just speaks, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because I'm pretty sure I would fail, grabs a weapon and proceeds to fight, tries to make a last stand, and using her vision of the future, she tries and almost fails incredibly miserably when she gets blasted, and he says, "Let us do this, face to face." Kaya the Seer. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that name wrong, so I do apologize. Black Manta takes off his mask, revealing his scarred up face, and saying, "You're looking for that savage girl, aren't you? I find her, she dies like you. And after I kill you, I will go kill Thoron, and I will kill your family." She begs him not to, but then he says, "Your husband, your children, I will clean them like fish, as I do everyone." She proclaims, Arthur cannot help you now. Arthur will lose everything he cares about just as I have. And he has promptly murdered the young seer and walks off into the sunset, walks off into the shadows after taking a relic from her. And her last vision was seeing Black Manta piercing Aquaman with the trident. Spooky! The Atlantic! Aquaman is saving lives! Revealing that Aquaman is helping a boat being protected by the waves. Is being moved away from the boat by Mira. And Aquaman and Mira says the storm is only beginning, and we come to the home of Dr. Shin. And Aquaman says, we've already brought every ship to land we could, Mira. If someone can send light on the relic that we found in the trench, it's Dr. Stephen Shin. Shin knows more about the history of Atlantis than anyone, save for its exact location. How does he know the exact history of Atlantis if he never know where it is? Yeah, that's the thing I was wondering. Like, okay, I get he's a believer in Atlantis. He's probably studied the prehistory before it sunk, but how does he know more about the history of Atlantis than the Atlanteans or Aquaman? How would he know that? Like, he knows what's going on now in Atlantis? So, because history can be defined as 1 second ago, it's now part of history. And this is part of history. And this one. And this one. And this one. So anyways, Mira says the relic from the trench is ancient history. History you don't care about. Someone does. 4 Atlanteans came out of the water for it. So why don't you go ask them what they wanted it for? If they shot at me, what are the odds they're going to answer my questions truthfully? But Shin will, when it comes to Atlantis, it may be the only thing he's honest about. Considered one of the worst storms to ever attack the New England coast. Yes, meteorologists have been heavily criticized and blamed for failing to predict the severity of the storm. Thankfully, Aquaman and Aquawoman and have spotted the helping struggling ships across the shoreline. And yet, I'm wondering... Of course the meteorologists get it wrong. That's been kind of common in history nowadays. Anyways, so it's said even when they have it right, they have it wrong. Aquawoman is still wanted in the questioning of a brutal attack against the manager of a grocery store and the assaulting of several police officers. I mean, like, we could bring up how the witnesses said that he came up on her and was sexually harassing her, but we're 2011. We're not in that era yet, because that's stupid to bring up. Dr. Shin answers the phone and says hello when Aquaman suddenly comes in. Dr. Shin asks the obvious, "What do you want now?" "Oh, I want you to look at something." "Why bring me this? Do you want to see it or not?" "Of course, I need to submerge it in the salt water before I can reactivate the encoded data." Can't he just answer the question, did someone seek Atlantis? If there's evidence to that possibility, chances are, yes, Atlantis was the most powerful and advanced nation in the world. They had enemies everywhere. Everyone would want what Atlantis had. Their world, their life, it was idyllic. Yes, like New Genesis, and then Apocalypse happened, and we all know how that turned out in Final Crisis. You found this in the trench? Where are those creatures now? What happened down there is none of your business. What happened down there is none of your business, Mira says. I triggered an underwater volcanic eruption. I sealed the trench up. Arthur! I killed them all. Those creatures survived for thousands of years down there. What makes you think they couldn't survive that? Wherever the trench are or were, I'm getting they have a bigger connection to all this than we think. Connection to what? And then he replays the holographic water projector of Atlantis is in danger. Magnificent! Arthur, your train is going in. What is that? Both of you, get down! And yeah, there was one thing I was noticing. Why is Shin's neck noticeably veiny? I was like, I get he's old, but like, I'm thinking, why is that detail in there? So, someone comes out and says, "Stay back, Arthur! Shin is mine to kill! Yes, I will suddenly pop into existence without knowing you my name and kill this old man!" And proclaims he is a murderer. Because, this man who the world dismisses as docile and sane is clearly packing weaponry of mass destruction, besides knowledge. Aquaman yells no, Mira comes to Shin's defense and summons water to stop the attack, and they're about to fight before Aquaman says, "Both of you stop. Calm down." Calm down? Since when have you been calm, Arthur? And since when have you cared about what happens to surface dwellers, let alone Dr. Stephen Shin? And who are you? The Shear is dead. She completely ignores the question Mira asks. "Kana? How? Black Manta. He left her butchered body in the jungle. He took the golden seal from her. Black Manta has one of the relics of Atlantis? You told him where to find her. You have a vendetta against the others. You were behind this. I don't know what you're talking about. Wow. If Black Manta is involved, show us Shin. You know that. Arthur, what the hell is going on? And who the hell is she?" At the final page, revealing a old article showing that, there was a group called the Others, and it looks like they're all fucking screwed. Next, who are the Others? And Aquaman! So let's get into issue 2 of this several issue event, aka issue 8, Aquaman by Geoff Johns. 6 years ago, "Arthur, quit shoving! Come out and talk to us! We were here first! We only wanted to ask you some questions! How do you breathe underwater? Is it true that you're Atlantean royalty? Tell us about Atlantis! Come on now, convince us it's real! I see him, he's just sitting there, he's gonna come out sometime! And his father's funeral's today! Yes, let us bring up how his father's funeral's today! Wait, I just realized, aren't we kind of being invasive of his privacy because, his dad was killed? Man, we are monsters in the media world nowadays." And Aquaman actually snaps and gets angry and wrecks the house. And then he says, "Excuse me, please let me through. Hey, it's him, that scientist. You're the guy who discovered the man from Atlantis." And now I get the extra detail why his neck's like that. There's apparently a scar up on his neck, so I'm pretty sure it had Black Manta related issues. So, anyways, let's get right back into it. We cut to continue with issue 0, and where he's basically pissed off. Aquaman leaves, and Shin tries to stop Aquaman from leaving, but then he's only to try to tell him, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." He stood there all night, heading into the winter, and froze to death. Then it suddenly hit spring, and his body melted into the ice. 1 year later, it was pretty abandoned after he left, and it looked like it never changed, like the door's still off its hinges. I gotta be honest, I'm surprised no one tried breaking in. Things were different then. I was different. The Others, Chapter 2. Are these other people Atlantean? The Others are human. Or superhuman. The Others? We were never formally a team. And then we get to the hilarious line that pissed Mira off. "But Arthur and I had a connection." Mira is not amused. It was a telepathic one. Not better. "I will be jealous of this murderous rampage." Wait. "They came together by necessity, Mira. They'll locate the relics of Atlantis and to keep them from falling into the wrong hands." "The wrong hands? As if you knew anything about that." "Keep the Jaguar under control, Yoan. I need Shin alive, and we thought you killed him already. But now he's killing us. He has to be involved. Black Manta would never have found the Shear by himself. Well, we don't know that for sure. Who else knew where she was, who she was, and why would Shin send Manta after us now? Mira, if anyone else shows up to attack Shin, hold them off. Protect him. Where are you going? I need to see the body. Arthur, I'm sorry, Mira. I'll explain everything when I get back. Please, trust me. I'll always trust you. Keep looking into the sinking of Atlantis, Shin. But if we do find out you're connected to the Shear's death in any way, the Jaguar gets fed. Murder! Aquaman, the man of murder and mayhem. And she just speaks to the Jaguar and say, you will be fed soon, my friend, in her native tongue. And she goes ahead and says, then Aquaman says he loves Mira, and the other lady takes his hand, and Mira naturally gets pissed and says, be back soon. Be back soon, or I will kick your ass for sleeping, and I'll accuse you of it without evidence. Then the lady speaks in her native tongue and says, home. Leaving Shin and Mira in complete awkwardness. Yeah, awkward silence. I should get back to this. No. You're going to tell me how you're connected to Black Manta, and you're going to tell me everything you know about the others. 6 years ago, Siberia. Manta thinks explosives will stop us? He's wrong! A younger Aquaman with the other superhuman team. Charging somewhere, and then the seer sees the future and sees a little girl running, where she screams out, no! What was it, Kana? What did you see? There's a village on the other side of this mountain. Hundreds of people would be buried alive by the avalanche. Then we do nothing, prisoner. Keep moving. Arthur! We stay on Manta's trail, Johan. But the people, they are Russian like me. If you're going to talk, Voskat, talk. And don't pretend you have a connection to these people anymore than I do. If you don't want to help, then go back to your box. Now let's go. I refuse to lose Black Manta again. And we refuse to let innocents die. And as the avalanche is coming down, they go ahead and save everybody. They go ahead to proceed to try and save everybody, and the guy says, Reese, the masked individual with golden chains, says, which I'm wondering why he has golden chains, because, and my recording issue just started acting up, because of course it did. Let's fix that little problem. Got it. Not how long that was taking. So the guy in the golden chains, which I'm still wondering how he got that stuff, says, we save everybody or I die with them this time. And he uses the golden chains to protect everyone in the avalanche. I can't extend the field anymore. Prisoner, there's a girl out there. Aquaman then has a change of heart and saves the girl. And proceeds to drop her back in the snow because he's crazy. Manta's gone. Would catching him have been worth the lives of those villagers? How many lives have you sacrificed for a greater good? Revenge is never a greater good. You should just quote it, say, any sense the New 52 was about sometimes pop culture references at times, say, a revenge, the most worthless of causes. Arthur, leave me alone, Yoara. All of you, just go. Arthur, I witnessed the future, and do I find Black Manta? Even better, my friend. You find happiness. I will be cryptic and not give you the details, mainly because we know telling you will jeopardize the future. So, yeah, we see the bloody corpse of the Shear, and she just says, look at what Manta did to her. I never thanked her, not really. Arthur, I know it isn't easy, but we need to search her. We need to see if the Sea of Clarity is gone. Manta has it. And if you could find Kana with it, he'll be able to find the rest of them. We need to warn them. I owe each of them. I owe you more than I can ever. And they're subsequently attacked before any moment of displaying compassion is immediately stopped. Compassion be damned! Kill them for Taddeo! Wait, no, not Taddeo, Manta! Let me get to Germany, the United States Army Health Center, because the US was everywhere at the time. Yes, I'm here. and I found another. Black Manta stalks the prisoner of war. War! Aquaman issue 9: The Hunt for Black Manta. The United States Army Health Center, and Black Manta has proceeded to kill everyone in the place. Yeah, he's gonna be charged for war crimes. And Black Manta just destroys a bunch of stuff with the golden relic and proceeds to do that. And there's a guy sitting on a desk, talking on the phone, looking at a picture, and asks, "Hello, is anyone there? Whoever you are, please stop calling. Please leave us alone. One more call, that's all tonight. Just one more." "No, Torres. No more calls. The Others, Chapter 3 in Aquaman." I assume you're still haunted by their memories, still yearning to see families that aren't your own, still living a sad, empty life, but too afraid to tear yourself from it. Let me free you, prisoner. Fall in. Manta. After he manages to release Black Manta from his grip and puts on the chains again, only to get attacked and by Black Manta again, saying, "Prisoner, the manacles are mine now." And the prisoner goes ahead and pulls out a gun mirroring a past life of his, and proceeds to shoot him and take off the blade, reminiscing his past again. And then he says, "A gun under your pillow with one bullet? Why are you even fighting me? Because you can't have these. You can run, but you can't hide it any longer. None of you can." Then we cut back to the Amazon rainforest that has surprisingly not been burned to the ground. And Aquaman and his friend are kicking ass and taking names while the jaguar feasts on one of them. Yeah, pretty brutal, isn't it? And as this continues, Aquaman shoots. Aquaman's defending himself, and one of the soldiers shoot the jaguar because, of course. And yeah, the owner is pissed off and proceeds to brutally murder all these people. And then one of the hunters says, "Please don't." "I will not." And summons the animals to feast. "Stop! We only kill when we have no other choice. They work for Manta. They risk their lives. They'll kill my animals. They die. It's too late for this one anyway. This fight, the blood, the heat. Remember? I'm taken. You have changed. I'm not sure I like it. I don't like that you are no longer the angsty, brooding hero that goes ahead and only cares about himself and went on revenge trips no matter how many innocent lives were destroyed. Now that I think about it, I'm kind of an idiot. We don't have time for this. We need to find the others. I've already sent a signal to Vostok through my old Justice League communicator. If he answers it, he should be back here in 8 or 9 hours. 8 or 9 hours? He can only go so fast. Where is he? Vostok was psychologically engineered to prefer the isolation of space, and with the Atlantean helmet, he doesn't need oxygen, food, or sleep. The moon? What about the operative? He'll find us, he always does. And the prisoner? Do you think he's still in that hospital? If he's still alive? If he's still alive. And we see a scene where the prisoner is currently running for his life through the streets. Then we cut back to Atlantis and see Shin going ahead trying to re-examine the artifact. And yeah, just before he can activate it again, Mira, being pissed at everything, stops him. Black Manta Shin. Tell me everything you know, I'll pull the water from your brain. I am a superhero, and I will resort to torture. I swear I haven't spoken to Manta, but you have in the past. I never meant for any of this to happen. It started years ago, so long ago now. I was deep diving in an expedition. There was a storm, my boat sank, my crew was lost, but Tom Curry found me. He was out there searching for something. Years later, Tom showed up at the Institute and asked for my help. His son, Arthur, he was starting to develop his abilities, his strength, his capability to breathe underwater, his telepathic communication to life. It was beginning to scare them both. but I was happy to help however I could. And you taught Arthur how to control his abilities? I taught him how to love them. His powers are a miraculous gift. Tom told me one day how Arthur came to be, how he had met the Queen of Atlantis years earlier, how the two fell in love, and how she was forced to leave Arthur with him after he was born. He never saw her again. At least he had Arthur. And that boy would be the most significant scientific discovery of our era. When I approached Tom about the idea of going public with this, he grew angry. He tore about my lab and taking everything connected to his son. He refused to let me see him. I spent years of my life helping these people, and what do I get in return? Supposed to get in return? Nothing? So you exploited him. You told the world, I just want to be recognized for my work. That's all. From the looks of it, your life, you obviously weren't. No one would believe me. No one but the tabloids and the conspiracy theorists. I became a joke. I lost my job, my credibility, my only friends. I was desperate. So the prisoner is currently making a run for it, and then he says, I found a treasure hunter, a man who had discovered a shipwreck off the coast of Iceland. I heard he fought for a group of pirates trying to take a ship. Manta? Yes. All I needed was a sample of Arthur's blood to prove I was telling the truth. I had to save my name. Black Manta attacked Arthur. Tom tried to defend his son. So that's what this is about? Black Manta murdered Arthur's father? And Black Manta continues to attack the guy as Shin continues to narrate. Thomas suffered a heart attack during the fight. He died in the hospital 3 days later. Black Manta didn't kill Aquaman's father. In a feat of rage, seeking revenge, Aquaman killed Black Manta's father. And we see a flashback of Black Manta encountering Aquaman. Aquaman! The sin of Aquaman! Oh god, that name is so redundant saying it. So as we wait for the page to load, so yeah, these issues so far have been pretty good for me. I've been liking it. And now we're back on this new page for the issue 10, Blood Feud. So we get this scene where this stealth operative is currently currently sneaking through the air vents, and says, they know someone's there. You better hurry up. Don't rush me, and stay offline. I need you. Oh, you'll know. And probably decides to break into this secret facility. The Others, Chapter 4. Aquaman by Geoff Johns. And turns out the facility is no other than Black Manta's secret base of operations, and he goes ahead and finds Black Manta's stuff and says, Manta, how did you find us? And proceeds to look through the computers and whatnot to try and find something, only to find there is nothing on the computers. Smart to not to trust them. Open sesame. Using one of the relics to unlock the safe, he says, and then someone speaks as he's reading some files. There he is. And the operative goes ahead and manages to escape. And he says, Gentlemen, what? Working for Manta? You brought this on yourselves. And proceeds to beat the crap out of them. Only to be shot in the arm, to be shot in the ribs and the kidney. Alright, now I need you. My name's Sergeant. Shoot me a line. Prepare to board the living room. And he's back on board and on his plane. Oh, and okay, I'm gonna be honest. When I saw this scene with the guy's living room, I was like, is that even possible? Because if so, that would be kind of awesome. Having a mobile transport that just happens to look like an actual house. Okay, that's gotta be cool. So the agent goes ahead and looks at an old sees an old photo of himself and his son, and of his grandson, and he takes off his helmet, revealing his old age. And the person in the background says, "You're getting too old for this, Grandpa. That suit isn't going to keep you moving forever. Get back to the cockpit, Aaron. Autopilot's on. The plane's okay for the moment. So am I. When is the operative going to retire? When are you going to quit trying to save the world when I think someone else can do it? Even though there's a world with Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, the Justice League Dark, all the other Justice League rosters, Justice League International, Titans, Teen Titans, and man, my profession makes no sense anymore, does it? Now, lock in the bootcases and set the living room for hypersonic speed. We need to get to Aquaman. I don't believe you, Shin. Why would I lie, Mira? You betrayed Arthur before you exposed him to the public for fame. You hired Black Man to hunt him down. You're not someone to trust. Who is? Arthur is. Arthur would have told me he killed Black Manta's father. Just like he told you about the others. Like he told you about Yar. Arthur's kept an entire chapter from his life hidden from everyone. Even you, Mira. He's kept secrets. He's not the man you think he is. We get a flashback where Aquaman encounters Black Manta. Oh, wait, no, not a flashback. I thought that was for a sec. I mistakenly did that by mistake. We're back in Germany with Aquaman attacking Black Manta and proclaims, "What do you want, Manta? What I always want. Everything you have," and proceeds to throw Aquaman through the glass ceiling. Glass wall. Everything you took from me. Prisoner? You're here? You and Arthur? Manta is after the manacles. We think he's after all of the relics. Manta's already butchered the seer and taken the seal of clarity. You're lucky to be alive. Or not, I see. Come on, anyway. We can't let Aquaman kill Manta before we find out why he wants the relics. Wouldn't killing him just solve the situation? Manta! I know you're here! I will shout my presence in order for you to somehow escape! And Aquaman, we get back to the past where this is happening. We get a flashback within the flashback showing Aquaman cradling his dad. And then we get a return to the previous flashback saying, "You can't escape!" Abe, you need one thing to do when I'm gone. No, Dad, just listen, son. And please. It happened on the day of his father's funeral. Arthur searched the oceans for Manta, that he found his ship over the sunken vessel he was scavenging. He thought Manta was alone. As Arthur was attacked by one of the people there and proceeds to break the guy's neck, he thought Manta was alone. But he wasn't. No! Oh. Dad? Manta was the driver, his father the captain. Manta survived, and he and Arthur were forever locked in a circle of vengeance. Vengeance! They're in the water. We need to get these people clear. Arthur might not care what happens to them, but I do. While this is going on, Arthur and Black Manta are continuing their war of attrition. You're burned. He improved his optics, but the berries don't last long. Yara says we need Manta alive. Manta's mine, prisoner. He's always been mine, and I'll decide if he lives or dies. Will you? Ooh. And Black Manta manages to get the black orb, get the globe of whatever. Your globe is mine. You think I'm surprised by any of this? You think you're not doing exactly what we expected you to do? My revenge is only beginning, Aquaman. No! Shin. As Black Manta teleports himself to Dr. Shin and Mira, Shin. Manta. The secret of Shin. And we cut to the next issue, right when they left off a cliffhanger. 6 years ago. Where are we? The seer spoke. The Others, Chapter 5. This is the tomb of the first king of Atlantis, Kana. No one knows his real name. The Atlanteans call him the Dead King. He built Atlantis, and he forged these weapons. Aquaman proclaims as he takes the trident. The Dead King's relics are the ones Black Manta's been searching for? Yes, prisoner. This is what you've been looking for, Arthur. This is your heritage. They're nothing but bait to me, Yara. How could someone care so little? Let me tell you a story about the Dead King. So we will cut to a flashback. We're in a flashback. Damn it. And we need more flashbacks within flashbacks is more. When the waters rose around Atlantis and the ground crumbled beneath it, he had a chance to escape. His guards tried to force him into one of the fleeing ships, but he fought them off and went into the sea searching for his wife and children. He never found them. He drowned. So what does this trident matter? Today, Manta! Where did he go? He used my globe to travel. He could have reappeared everywhere. Arthur, I know where he's going. Yep, the grandpa returns after somehow jumping off of the plane in the middle of the yeah, I'm gonna wonder if his house is literally that plane. I'm gonna ask, why is stuff not falling out of there? Did he insert glue in there? Anyways, as we go on with that, we get back to the East Coast, the home of Dr. Shin, and the mirror proclaims, I'm glad you came here, Manta. I can end this now, and Arthur and I can get back to our lives. He doesn't deserve happiness. And you don't deserve mercy. I'll collect the water in your blood and flood your lungs. You think I don't know how your hydrokinesis works, Mira. It requires a link to your target. And although the moisture in the air is usually enough to carry your telepathic signal, my suit has a bioelectric seal. And proceeds to shock her and throw her down. I didn't come here for you, Mira. I came here for Dr. Shin and his work. Mira, no! Manta! I recovered these. We came back to the plane where they're investigating, and somehow the stuff did not fall out. I recovered these from Manta's safe house in Oslo. This is a map to the Dead King's tomb. But why would Manta want to go back there? Because he believes this is a 7th Atlantean relic we left behind. A 7th relic? It's like that one time in that one movie where someone said they were here, but now they're over there. Our princess is in another castle. Quick, hide your men and break it. Our king is in another castle. Quick, we must hide our stuff and go ahead and make this overtly complicated. We searched every corner of that tomb. Whoever is working with Manta is convinced there's something still hidden there, something stronger than your trident. Nothing stronger than the trident, right? It's really him, Aquaman. Back to the controls, Aaron. And suddenly, just after several seconds of being gone, an alarm comes out. What is that? What is that? Something just attached itself to the plane, or someone. It's moving towards the entrance ramp. It's about time he showed up. Rostock. And we get this gold-plated headed person, and he just says, hello! Excuse me, I have not spoken in 2 years. You've been on this moon this entire time? What were you doing? It is good to see all of you. Where's Kana? Dead. Keep the door open, I'm leaving. Where are you going? He's going after Manta himself. This is a personal for all of us, Arthur. He doesn't care about us. He doesn't care about anyone. That's not true, prisoner. It's been true since the day we met. You haven't seen any of us since you joined the Justice League. You forgot about us. I can't forget about anyone. I miss the families of my squad. I miss their parents, wives, and children like they were my own. But there's nothing I can do about it. They aren't really mine. I don't have anyone. You have the League. Yes, you have the League by circumstances. Wait, what did we even ask you about the League? Don't put the League on a pedestal like everyone else, prisoner. We can do things they can't. I already have the Chinese armed forces scouring the globe for the ocean for Manta, ready to engage if they find him. Same with the U.S. Navy and the Pacific Fleet. And I was like, how did he get that? And I was thinking to myself when I saw this I was like, sorry, there was an interruption in the background, even though I told her not to come in. Still, and Arthur just answered, still pulling the same tricks operative, the nameless secret agent working for every side, and getting every side to work with me, except for you, I'm guessing. Maybe you haven't changed after all. We hunt Manta down together, Arthur. He came after all of us, and that's my fault. I killed his father. I'm his real target. I'm going alone to protect you. I'm going alone because I do care. Arthur, and he's immediately freaked out by what he just did. I'm sorry. Direct contact is still uncomfortable for me. I was raised in a solitary chamber outside of the Cosmodrome, taught to thrive on isolation so that I would become the Russia's ideal cosmonaut. But the Union fell apart, I was released. I had never seen another human being, I feared it, so I fled into the mountains. Then I met you, all of you. Yarn asked me what I've been doing on the moon. I've been waiting for you to contact me. I can only fight what has been programmed so much. Unlike me, you have a choice, Arthur. You could be with people if you want to, or burdens can be shared. Your burdens could be shared with us. Aquaman seems to contemplate this, only to say, "Not this time, Vostok," and jumps out of the plane. The speed he swims, he'll beat us to the island. He's not going to listen to any of us anyway. He never has before. I know someone he'll listen to, prisoner. We'll need her. Aquaman heads into the tombs and sees the operation of Black Manta questioning Dr. Shin. Where is it? Tell me how to find the seventh relic, Dr. Shin. Shin? Tell me or die. Shin says, I'll die before I betray Arthur again. Shin's not working with Manta? Then who? Black Manta! It was in Shin's notes, the relics. Two can triangulate the position of the hidden one. And we need to activate these simultaneously. Use the CO clarity to translate the hieroglyphs on the wall. I'll activate the orb. 3, of course, underneath the tombs. The seventh relic. The scepter of the dead king. The weapon that sunk Atlantis is mine! Mine! And then we get to issue 11 of this event, and Black Manta is swimming through the surface and has drowned everyone else. Now we get back to the scene with Mira looking over the evidence of basically the struggle, and gets an unknown number. Hello? Mira, who is this? They call me the operative. I'm an associate of offers. I'm one of the others. How do you know I was here? Yora said you were with Dr. Shin. Black Manta used her trinket, took Shin, and disappeared. Where's Arthur? We need to... Mira said that line. We need to meet. Can you swim as fast as he can? Faster. The Others, Chapter 6. Mira goes ahead and swims and immediately arrives to the location and says who's in charge. Strategically speaking, I am. The operative, we called you because there's something wrong with Arthur. There's been something wrong with him ever since you showed up, Jungle Girl. No, there's been something wrong with him since he met you. He's not acting like himself. Yeah, they both say it at the same time. He's acting like himself. The only thing he cares about is killing Black Manta. He ditches to go do it. He's trying to protect his prisoner. Arthur said as much. You're projecting, Vostok. Arthur might have said he cares, but he doesn't. He doesn't care what happens to us. If he cared so much about Kana or you or me, why didn't he mention us to her? Just tell me where Arthur is. Then we cut back to see that Aquaman discovering the scepter with Black Manta. This is finally the end of Aquaman! The seventh relic holds the secret to Aquaman's past. It holds the secret to his ultimate destruction. The destruction of everything he loves and everything he thinks he is. I'll drown him in misery. You should feel honored to be here, Doctor. Together we've uncovered the tool that sank Atlantis. That scepter belongs to Arthur, not you. I don't know what you plan on doing, but he will stop you, Manta. Arthur, you can do this! We got a flashback. But I don't want to be in there. They won't hurt you. They'll help you when you ask them. They're your friends, just like I am. We've gotten all we can from Shin. Kill him. With pleasure. And immediately gets stabbed by the trident. You're already here. Aquaman begins cutting down Black Manta's agents and while Black Manta charges with the scepter. Your trident is nothing compared to my scepter. And it creates a huge explosion where Shin says, Arthur, keep your head down, get out of here. As Arthur throws Shin. I guess this is goodbye. For you! Dun, dun, dun. And yeah, Black Manta is attacked by the others and Mira. And Aquaman just says, damn it, I don't need you here. I know I was screwed and was about to die, but I had to do something, but I was going to do something. And you sure as hell do you need to drag Mira into this. What are you talking about, Arthur? I asked you to let me handle this alone. You've never said that to me before. Why are you pushing me away when you need me? Why are you hiding things from me? I'm not the man you think I am. I know your father died after Black Manta first attacked you, Arthur, and I know you killed Black Manta's father. It's not just that. What else haven't you told me? Shin, where do you think you're going? It's clear you were involved in this. It's the Jaguar's feet this time. Stop! Dr. Shin is unarmed. Shin led Manta to us, Volstagg. Takana, he murdered her. Shin had nothing to do with this. He's only made you think that, Arthur. He's betrayed you before and he's done it again. I smell his guilt. I'm so sorry, Odd. God, I'm sorry for everything, Arthur. Dr. Shin's regret is real, Yara. Look out! Oh, the cave's obstructing my thermal vision. I don't see Manta. If he's smart, he's already out here. This place is coming down. Arthur, where are you going? Get shit and get clear here. Mira, Manta's mine. Only for Manta to emerge from the shadows with the scepter. For Volstagg to yell, Arthur! Ah! And gets cut down. By Aquaman. Tragic. One by one, Aquaman. Get to the boat. I asked you not to come. I didn't want anyone else getting hurt. And we didn't want you getting hurt, my friend. Volstagg, there is no need to be sorry. Don't you see, Arthur? My greatest fear has been vanquished and my greatest hope granted. I didn't die alone. Make sure you don't either. And he dies. He's dead. Arthur, I'm going to kill him, Aaron. Black Manta dies now. Oh. And we reach the epic conclusion of Aquaman and the Others. So, yeah, we're getting into the final issue of this. Man, what's going to happen? I mean, it's not like there's a whole omnibus run that will clearly indicate this is the finale of anything. Hey, issue 13, the final chapter of the Others. 6 years ago, Siberia. Arthur, Black Manta escaped, but the people we rescued from the avalanche are safe. We were engineered to prefer a life of isolation. Volstagg. Why do you care about those villagers? I still have a heart, just like you do. We're in the now. Volstagg's dead. Manta dies next. We're going to die if we don't get out of here. The entire island is sinking. The scepter triggered some kind of earthquake. It destabilized and fractured the foundation mirror of that scepter. Its power is unbelievable. Black Manta is heading to his ship. He has the relics operative, including my orb. He'll be able to teleport anywhere. Did you kill Aquaman? Don't worry about Aquaman and the island. Keep loading. It's Manta. I have the scepter. The storm is moving east. When it's over the rig, I'll be there. And you have my payment? Yes. Arthur, make sure the others get out. Mira, keep the water away from them. Bring Vosk's body home. I'm doing this alone. But Arthur, please just go! Manta got it caught and I blew Vosk's spine apart. I don't want you to watch what I do to him. Then proceeds to punch through wall for rocks and whatnot, and proclaims he has the orb. And sees Black Manta doing the Anakin and Luke Skywalker salute, and teleports himself out. Where the hell did Manta go? It's hard to tell, Arthur, but I can see where Manta's been. His ship has left residual energy signatures from orb in half a dozen places. He must be having difficulty controlling it, or he knows I can track it and he's trying to hide, Yora. We all thought it was Dr. Shin he was working with, but Manta's off to meet someone else. This is still my fault. I hired Black Manta to get samples of Arthur's blood so I can prove to the world I discovered an Atlantean. I'm sorry. Your father was my friend. He was such a good friend, and I betrayed him. But I'm the one with blood on my hands. Manta didn't kill my father. He had a heart attack. The coroner said it was inevitable. But I went after Manta anyway, and in the darkness and the rain, I killed his father instead of him. Manta's father was wanted for numerous crimes, including murder. He tried to kill you. He was far from innocent. So am I. I will brood like the Batman. I didn't tell you about the others or Black Manta because I'm ashamed of her. I'm ashamed of who I am. Aquaman is nothing but a costume. Put it on anyway. Why? Because I'm asking you to. We've all made mistakes, but you've learned from them. You can't forget that. You can't let yourself fall back into anger and isolation. I should know. I was originally going to assassinate you. Don't be like the rest of the world, Arthur. Don't undervalue who Aquaman truly is. She's right, Arthur. Unlike us, you have changed. Maybe we should have changed too. Maybe it's Manta's signal. As the brisk communication goes off, it's stopped right in the eye of a storm. Where are you? The creatures of the deep start to emerge around the ship and says, here. Where is the scepter? My payment first. The spoils of your ship and your father were attempting to salvage when you died. I trust they hold as much sentimental value as they do financially. What they mean to me isn't for you to consider. And now the scepter and the second part of our deal remains in place. And the aftermath, the surface is mine. And I will conquer the world! Wait. Of course. Aquaman arrives onto the scene to grab the scepter. King Arthur. Take Manta's men down fast. The less we have to deal with, the better. There's no telling how many Atlanteans are on that ship. Who are you? Who's in there? I can't face him yet. Or, if it's you, come out and talk. Not under these circumstances. You never give up, do you? Neither do I. As Black Manta proceeds to laser blast everything, get the scepter! We can't leave without it! Raise the storm levels! Kill his friends, guys! Guys, where are you? I can't see, the rain's getting... And kaboom. Yeah, Black Manta strikes down the prisoner. It's only fitting. And claws off and pierces his arm. There, one more of your friend dies before it's over. And Aquaman pierces Black Manta's helmet. He's screaming, "Get away from him!" Revealing his face, his very scarred up face. As the battle continues, good, get closer. The closer you get, the more I can hurt you. That's what I believed too, Manta. Arthur, don't worry about me. My life isn't worth risking yours. Yes, it is. They all are. You murdered my friends. You slit Kana's throat. You severed Volsic's spine. But I should do even worse to you. What are you waiting for? I am unarmed. Finish this. Finish me! It is finished, Manta. No! No, this isn't done until you kill me, like a hob and the monster. Show them what kind of murderer you are. Kill me! One day, probably. But not like this. Never like this again. What do you think Manta was working with, Arthur? Your brother? You called his name. I don't know. He doesn't usually hide from me. All we do now for sure is that it wasn't Dr. Shin. What do we do about Dr. Shin? I don't think we do anything. He wasn't involved in the deaths. I'll keep the relics safe. How? You're going to help me. I guess this means you're all coming back home, and I'm going back to the hospital? No, you're not. How can I not, Arthur? What else can I do? You need to make a change too, Dominic. Just like I did. You said you were haunted by the spirits of men who died around you. You were drawn to their families. Families that aren't mine. They still need peace. And we get to Iowa, where we get Aquaman's narration. We all need to make peace with the past. I'm sorry I refused to do it before, but I won't let you down again. I won't forget about you. And no, I never did. And we see Dominic going ahead and coming to this house, and a little kid answers the door. Mom, some guy's at the door! Because that was clearly the priority of this kid. And enter, knock on a stranger's home. Not open a door for an unexpected stranger. Man, that kid would have been crucified by the media if this was public knowledge. Hello, can I help you? You? Mr. Anderson? Who are you? And he shows the vision, the spirit of her dead father, of her dead husband. Dad? Paul? He's right here. He misses you. He wanted me to tell you that. And promptly hugs them in grievance as the memories of that spirit fade away in peace, with the other spirits watching over this family consoling. Amnesty Bay. My father used to stand at the dock every morning. He told my mother that he'd be waiting here for her, hoping one day she'd come back. She never did. It broke his heart. I've been afraid of losing you like he lost her. You accepted me despite my past. You should have had faith I'd do the same. I'll never leave you, Arthur. Never. Mira will stand in our way. Then we move her out of it. Praise the king. Yes, praise the king. As several things spy on Aquaman and Mera as they kiss. So clearly they're watching the makeout session. And next, Prologue to Throne of Atlantis. So ends the Others storyline, and yeah, it was pretty good in my opinion. Like the expanded mythos of the Aquaman thing that were usually not been shown, and yeah, the idea of Aquaman of the scepter of the Trident was the thing that killed Atlantis, basically. Though they don't explain who exactly used it. Was it the king and whatnot? We'll probably learn that out as we continue reading through the series of issues in the omnibus. Wouldn't surprise me if we don't, if storylines were quickly abandoned, because that's how the New 52 worked. But we'll be looking through this and I'm already past the halfway mark in this book. I'll be talking about Throne of Atlantis when I can. But yeah, those were my thoughts on Aquaman by Geoff Johns Omnibus. This is the issues 8 through 13, the Others storyline. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you next time for Aquaman!